You might have seen fruit and vegetable vendors in the market using a weighing scale. So if you go to a vendor and ask for 3 kgs of apples, he puts this 3 kg weight on one side of the scale and apples on the other side. Now if the apples are heavier, he starts removing some apples. And he continues to do so till both the sides of the scale are balanced. So if both the sides of the scale are balanced, we can say that weight of apples is equal to 3 kgs, as in this case. So both the sides are balanced, and we can say that weight of apples is equal to 3 kgs. Now we can represent this mathematically, that is, we can replace this is equal to by an equal to sign. So weight of apples is equal to 3 kgs. We can write it in this form, and this is an equation. So when two things are balanced or equal, we can represent it using an equal to sign, and it is called an equation. But what if the things are not balanced or they are not equal, as in these two cases? Here we see that the side containing apples is heavier, so weight of apples is more than 3 kgs. In this case, the side containing apples is lighter than 3 kgs. So we can say that weight of apples is less than 3 kgs. So in both the cases, weight of apples is not equal to 3 kgs. So it is not equal to 3 kgs. Hence, it is an inequation. So if it is not an equation, it is an inequation. So whenever things are balanced or equal, we can represent them using an equal to sign, and that is an equation. When things are not balanced or not equal, then we call it to be an inequation. Now answer this question. Does the following represent an equation? Marks obtained by Raj are more than the passing marks. So marks obtained by Raj are more than the passing marks. So it is not equal. Hence, it does not represent an equation. So this statement does not represent an equation. Now you have already learned expressions. So these are different types of expressions. When two expressions are equal, an algebraic equation is formed. So if expression 1 is equal to expression 2, we can represent it in this manner, and this is an algebraic equation. So when two expressions are equal, we can represent it using an equation. Now have a look at this. X plus 2 is an expression. 5 is an expression. X plus 2 is equal to 5. This is an equation because it states that this expression is equal to this expression. So this is an equation. X plus 2 is equal to 5 is an equation. Now what about this? This is an expression. Even this is an expression. And we have written this is equal to this. Hence, this is an equation because it states that something is equal to something. Hence, this is an equation. Now you will observe that in the first equation, we have variable on just one side of the equal to sign. That is only on this side of the equal to sign. Whereas in this case, we have variable, that is y, on both the sides of the equal to sign. So we can have variables either on one side of the equal to sign or on both the sides of the equal to sign, as in this case. Also note that in this case, we just have one variable, which is x. So we have variable x. In the second equation, we have y here and y here. So in the second equation as well, we have just one variable y. So both the equations contain only one variable. Also, the power of x here is 1. The power of y here is 1. Even here it is 1. So in both the equations, we have just one variable and the highest power of the variable is 1. And such equations are called linear equations in one variable. So this is a linear equation in one variable. Even this is a linear equation in one variable. So any equation which has just one variable and that variable is raised to the power 1 is called a linear equation in one variable. Now, if you look at this equation, it has two sides. So the side to the left of the equal to sign is called the left hand side and we denote it as LHS. The side to the right of the equal to sign is the right hand side and we denote it as RHS. So this is LHS of this equation and this is RHS of this equation. Left hand side, right hand side. Now can you answer this question? Does the following represent a linear equation in one variable? Now have a look at this. It says x is equal to 3 minus y. Since it states that something is equal to something, so it is an equation. That is the first thing which we need to check. So yes, it is an equation. Now, what are the variables? We have a variable x and a variable y. So this equation has two variables. So it cannot be a linear equation in one variable. So we say that this equation is not a linear equation in one variable because it has two variables, x and y. Now say you go to a fest and you enter the stall to play the Lucky 7 game. In this game, you have to throw a die twice. And if the sum of the throws, that is, the sum of the numbers appearing when you throw the die twice is 7, you win the jackpot. So let's play the game and roll the die for the first time. So we get 3. So when you roll the die for the first time, you get 3. Now, you don't know what will you get when you roll the die for the second time. So let us represent it by a variable x. Now this x is a variable. So what should you get in order to win the jackpot? That is, what should be the value of x such that you win the jackpot? Now, if you get 3 in your first throw and say you get x in your second throw, so what will be the sum of the throws? It will be x plus 3. So sum of the two throws will be x plus 3. And the required sum in order to win the jackpot should be 7. So the required sum is 7. So we want x plus 3 to be equal to 7 so that we win the jackpot. So in order to win the jackpot, we want x plus 3 is equal to 7. And note that this is an equation. X plus 3 is equal to 7. This is an equation. And we want that value of x plus 3 which gives us 7. Now, you will observe that x is a variable here. So its value can change or vary. So as the value of x varies, the value of x plus 3 varies. The value of x can be from 1 to 6 because it is the number which will appear on the second throw of the die. So it can either be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 or 6, any one of these values. So if the value of x is 1, the value of x plus 3 is 4. If the value of x is 2, the value of x plus 3 is 5, and so on. But we require that value of x plus 3, which gives us 7. So we require this value of x plus 3. And this value of x plus 3 occurs at x is equal to 4. So if we get 4 on the dice in the second throw, we will win the jackpot. So if we get 4 on the die in the second throw, the sum of the throws will be 7. And we'll have x plus 3 is equal to 7. So the required value of x is 4. And we have obtained this required value using the hit and trial method. That is, we have tried different values of x and checked for which value of x we have left hand side is equal to right hand side. So we have got this required value using hit and trial method. So 4 is that value of x which makes left hand side equal to the right hand side. Or we can say that this equation is true when x is equal to 4. That is, this equality holds for x is equal to 4. For any other value of x, this equality will not hold. Hence, this statement that x plus 3 is equal to 7 will be false for any other value of x. It is true only when x is equal to 4. Hence, x is equal to 4 is called a solution of the equation. We also call it to be a root of the equation. So x is equal to 4 is a solution or root of the equation. It is that value of the variable at which the left hand side is equal to the right hand side. So a solution of an equation is that value of variable which makes the equation true or at which the equality holds. So a linear equation in one variable has just one solution. If you look at this, x plus 3 is equal to 7. So what added to 3 gives you 7? We have seen it is 4. So 4 when added to 3 gives you 7. Now can you think of any other value? No. There is no other value of x which when added to 3 will give you 7. So there exists only one value of x which makes this equality hold or which makes this statement true. So a linear equation in one variable has just one solution, that is only one value of the variable which makes it true.